Let's get to Michigan because I think that the chat is going to explode if we don't talk about Alex Orji here. So let's get over to the University of Michigan. Joe, what did you see from them going into their first spring under a new regime?
Yeah, offensively, their quarterback situation is an unknown for me. I think that Alex Orji proved that he is the guy, but I don't know if they're going to be any good throwing the football. Like I have no idea. I'm being so honest and candid about this. I have no idea if Alex Orji can be a good enough quarterback for them to be good at throwing the football. I will say though, their run game looked really freaking good. Their offensive line, despite replacing most of their starters, kind of like you mentioned with Notre Dame, I don't think is going to take much of a step back because they've recruited and developed at that position. And I think their defense looks menacing. They are going to be impossible to move the ball against. And this is part of why I'm saying I don't know if Alex Orji is any good because he was going against one of the best defenses in the country. You know, they're not really losing a lot of guys defensively.
Yeah, but Orji was missing. I mean, the misses he had were very, very bad.
Yeah.
They were, Joe, like, okay. So
you think, actually, wait. So in all seriousness, do you think that they should try to, like, do you think they should pick up the phone for Jaden Rashada? Like, do you think that they should try and go after somebody?
1,000%. 1,000%. John Elks put us in this thing, but I saw this earlier. It was from Mr. Ohio. It's like from this morning. Joe, the throws that he had. I mean, Joe, he's missing a wide ass open dude 4 yards away from him. Like,
yeah,
very badly.
This is what I'm getting at, though. Is like, I don't.
But but in fairness, you know who also had moments that they looked like this early in their career? Say his name. He's going to get drafted this week.
Jaden Daniels?
No.
Oh, JJ McCarthy. I'm sorry. sorry. I didn't mean to take a shot the way that I did. JJ McCarthy. Yeah, JJ McCarthy was incredibly erratic. Again, these are all, everything you're saying goes in line with what I'm saying. I don't have a take on Alex Orji because I don't know. It feels like I watched something.
You feel like they asked him to stay in the pocket, though?
Yeah.
It felt as if that he was told, stay in the pocket, don't run.
It felt like I was staring at a white wall for the duration of watching the recap of this, and I just don't know what I looked at.
In fairness, I would agree that the defense did not look bad, but when you're missing that badly, even into double, he better be glad he missed into half of those double coverages that he threw into. Now, to your point, I got to admit, though, even as bad as he looked, both lines of scrimmage, though, Joe, Jesus Christ. I mean, I really thought going into the game this weekend, I'm like, yeah, dude, they're going to take a step back, whatever. And they surprised me, to be real with you. They 1,000% surprised me. You're looking at the throws, aren't you?
Yeah, I see what you're talking about with.
Yeah, I mean, look.
This last one of these last ones. Holy shit!
I know it's really bad. So, all right, hey, go to the first one. Can we pull this up? Would we get flagged if we pull this up?
Don't pull it up. Don't pull it up. We would absolutely get flagged. See, like okay. I saw some of the early ones in.
Well, first off, let me give hold on 1 second. Let me give clarity. This is the Michigan game. You can go to Mr. Ohio, but it spells Ohio 8OH100. The first throw that he has, Joe, go to that first one. The bootleg where he's throwing it at the feet 4 yards. Then the second one on the drag route, Joe, he literally threw it 4 yards behind him. Then the third throw he had into triple coverage was 10 yards over the head of the receiver.
But this is, again, I'm going to just keep bringing back the same thing. This is why I keep saying I don't know what I watched because I watched it.
No,
and I don't remember any of it's not that I don't remember it. It's just like it didn't register with me like how shit it looked. Because it just kind of looked like, it was bad throw.
Looking at, you know why? Because if he would have completed the passes or been in the remote area, you would have been like, okay, he's in the remote area. It's just he's going up against a really good defense. but the simple nature that he's not in the same zip code as them.
But I will say though, it's kind of tough it's kind of tough to put all of the bad throws up against one another because they're all they're just gonna look increasingly worse and worse and worse. Because when you're watching it through the scope of the highlights of a game, you're not going to like noticeably be like, wow, these are rough. But like when you line them all up next to one another, you're going to obviously think to yourself, holy shit, these all look worse than the last one. There's concern. There should be concern.
Here's the thing that I will say this. It does feel as if he was told not to run, and that is not his game. Like the second throw that he made when he stood up in the pocket, Joe, in a real game, he's taking off, and you know that he's taking off, right? And that's going to be well enough of a first down. So I will just remind everybody, even though, like you said, even though those passes are really bad, that second one he's going to step up in the pocket and run and more than likely get a first down, if not more. So big arm, really good runner. He's just inaccurate at the current moment.
Yeah.
And that's all that it comes down to. Really and truthfully, quarterback play is how far it's going to take them. You could say it for everybody, but they're talented everywhere else. They're good everywhere else. You know, I mean, good for them, man. I mean, I did not think they were going to be as talented everywhere else as I thought that they'd be. I'll be real with you.
Deep roster. Very deep.
Very deep.
BetOnline remains your top spot for all of your live betting action and contests. NFL, college football, UFC, NHL are all in full swing. BetOnline is your number one source for wagering news, odds, trends, and predictions with both desktop and mobile access at any time. Head to BetOnline today and use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for 50% off your first deposit. That is a 50% welcome bonus. BetOnline, where the game starts.